What responsibility comes with the ability to influence what information people encounter online? So this is a question I've been wrestling with for many years. And I started thinking about it again after reading a recent New York Times investigation into the reputation management industry. So what grabbed my attention here wasn't really the tactics being discussed. Most of them will be familiar to anyone working in SEO. But what actually caught my attention here was the broader implication behind them. So when most people talk about SEO, they talk about rankings, traffic, leads, and conversions. But I think most of us know, maybe implicitly, that's only part of the story. So at its core, SEO is about influencing visibility. It influences what information people are most likely to encounter when they search for a business, an organization, a public figure, or even an issue. We have to keep in mind here that visibility and understanding are closely connected. So one of the ideas I explore in my latest article is the difference between removing information and displacing information. When people hear the phrase reputation management, they often imagine information being deleted or censored. In reality, much of reputation management works through displacement. The information remains available. An unfavorable article, still exists, and the facts haven't changed. But what changes is the likelihood that someone encounters that information in the first place. So historically, it primarily affected human attention. Today, AI introduces another layer to the discussion. Search engines and AI systems are now retrieving, synthesizing, and presenting information on our behalf. Now, we know that AI doesn't just repeat whatever is most visible online, but it does mean that visibility contributes to the information environment from which AI systems develop an understanding of businesses, organizations, people, and events. So the more I think about it, the more I believe SEO sits at the intersection of visibility, understanding, and influence. And for most businesses, that's not really controversial. We want people to be able to find useful information about products and services. But the question becomes more complicated when the subject is a public figure, a corporation, a government, or a social issue. So I'm not going to pretend to have the answers for everybody, but I do know what that answer is for me. But I do think it's a conversation worth having. If visibility influences understanding, and understanding increasingly informs both human decisions and AI-generated responses, then perhaps the question isn't whether we can shape visibility. It may be what responsibility comes with the ability to do so. So to explore this topic further, I published a much longer article that dives deeper into these ideas and some of the examples discussed here. I'll link to it below. And if these conversations around SEO, AI, retrieval systems, and digital visibility aren't interesting to you, follow me on LinkedIn or on YouTube.